If you need a way to flip your bread or build an online business, you don't want to miss our live interest meeting and Q&A happening Wednesday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern, hosted by The Ticket Blog. We're breaking down what's inside our exclusive seller community and how you can start building a profitable online ticket business from scratch. Tap in live for a special offer, answers to your questions, and the info you need to get started. Go to thetickettrap.com and join us. Again, thetickettrap.com.
Click the link at the top line of the description to get started now.
All right, thank you for tuning in with us today. We're going to talk about Charleston White and the tsunami of backlash that he is receiving from a video that he put out disrespecting the recently deceased Christian Kirk. Now, Christian Kirk, if you didn't know, was obviously they call him a conservative political commentator, media personality who founded the Turning Point back in 2012. He was the executive director and chief executive officer of that company, and he had a lot of political rhetoric, a lot of things that he said. I'm sure you're probably seeing stuff all over the internet right now. Well, he was shot and killed I think a couple of days ago. Very gruesome, the video out there, and our condolences definitely go out to him and his family. Well, Charleston White and Charleston White Forum went straight at him, and I'm gonna get into the whole thing. I'm gonna break this whole thing down like I always do, but Charleston went straight at him. Now I'm gonna give you guys, since it's YouTube, there's certain things we cannot post on here, so if you want to see the full entirety of the video, click the link in the description box. It says go to our Patreon. You can see the full uncensored version, but I'm still gonna talk about it though. But as far as what he's saying, I can't play the full video for the YouTube viewer. So if you want to get the full uncensored version with my reaction attached, click the link in the description box below. The second line says go to our Patreon to get the rest. But nevertheless, let's hear what he had to say about Christian Kirk.
I don't give a fuck about Kirk's death. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no white man dying. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking white boy dying. I don't give a fuck. White on white crime. I don't give a fuck about white on white crime. White people don't care about black on black crime.
All right, so after that video, again, like I said, he received a firestorm, a natural tsunami of all types of different backlash. People saying he's making black folks look bad. People, saying all types of stuff. He's insensitive and all of that. I'm going to reserve my judgment until we hear this next video of him responding to the backlash. And like I said, if you want to get the full uncensored version, check out our Patreon in the second line of the description box. Let's hear Charleston's response, and then we'll talk about this.
White people, didn't I tell y'all I don't like nobody? Nobody. I don't know what made white people think they was exclusive. I don't like nobody. White people don't have no problem when it's black on black crime. Smoking on Tuka, they didn't have no. So now we smoking on Charlie Kirk. Too far. Too far? Oh my goodness. So y'all didn't go too far with George Floyd. He has a family. Come on, white people, don't be hypocrites. So y'all didn't go too far with, they shot the black lady in the house. The police did. I believe heaven and hell is bullshit fairy tale.
Let's talk about this, because as always, there are emotional triggers. There are some truths, and there are some triggers. The triggers are the main thing. And I will say this, I will start by saying, just because you're able to highlight the very racist, violent history of people in this country doesn't mean that we should use the same tactics. What do I mean by that? Right. Another thing he's doing is he is giving you what the people's first thoughts were. Even though a lot of us won't say it, let's be honest. A lot of us did not know who Charles Kirk was before this. So your first thought was probably, okay, whatever. Like you hear it, okay, this man got shot. I don't know who he is. I feel bad, obviously, and we got empathy. But at the end of the day, it's like, or sympathy, I should say. At the end of the day, your life is still moving on. If you was getting a burger, you're getting a burger. If you was getting a massage, you're getting a massage. Whatever you was doing, you was getting gas. You didn't stop and go, oh my God. So in a sense, it's almost like he said it very harshly. He says, F the man. Which, again, because there's a violent history in this country, and we know what our counterparts have done to us, right? We know hook, line, and sinker what they have done. I don't feel like we need to use the same. Put it like this: when Charleston White comes out and he says they don't care about, again, the truth, right? The triggers and the truth, the emotional triggers. Let's get to the truth. George Floyd. It was all types of crazy stuff said about George Floyd. But you can't let, in my opinion, the ignorant thoughts of a few shape your perception about the whole. It's the same thing. Like people say, oh, you're making black people look bad. We can't let a person like this, Charleston White, who gives us some truths, who hits on the emotional triggers, we can't let someone like him define all of us. Like, all of us are not like this. We may have some of the same thought patterns. We may feel some of the same way, but it's not even about what you think, it's about what you say. Because even though you might feel something, you're never going to say it. You're going to handle it a different way, because once you put those words into the atmosphere, now it has a repercussion. When you keep saying F these people and F those people, you want to be the sacrificial lamb. You're giving us the Kanye West. They ain't care about blacks and this and that. And we understand, yes, some of them don't. And we understand some of us don't give a shit about what happened. We understand that. But at the end of the day, you have to be a little more strategic in the way you approach situations. Now, maybe for him, in my opinion, he's being very strategic because this is the way he eats, right? This is the way that he makes a living. Hey, so in my opinion, it needs to be a more strategic approach when we deal with topics like this, because at the end of the day, I will go out and say that most black people, sympathize and empathize when people are killed, no matter what they say, I'm not gonna say no matter what they say, no matter what they do, but a person like this, he had his thoughts and he had stuff that we didn't agree with, but never, ever will we rejoice to death and say we don't give a damn about this man. Now, it may not be a necessary of a concern to us because we don't know him, but to say we don't give a damn, to say we don't feel for his children and his family, I think is a bad misrepresentation of us. And I learned that a long time. As much as we've been through in this country, and I think we deserve a lot from this federal government, you can't put everyone into one monolithic box. You cannot do that. Once you start to do that, you become just as ignorant as the people that put you in a particular box. Now, when it comes to, the power structure, I kind of understand that ideology. You have to kind of, adapt that mentality to survive, as a black man. But at the end of the day, we gotta just take a more chess-like approach when dealing with things like this, in my opinion. So, again, very disheartening, very sad that Charleston would do this. But when I see it, I kind of just look at it like, I kind of smirk a little bit. And the reason that I smirk, because I'm like, this is marketing for him. This is, he does this. He sits back. Remember, here's his strategy. He already told you what it was. Something goes crazy. I'm going to say what nobody else is going to say. Some of us may think it, but I'm going to say what nobody going to say. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to put it on Twitter. They can take it down. I don't give a shit. Everybody going to burn it and put it up anyway. Edit it, do what they want. And now I'm on every blog post. I'm on every major platform. People talking about whether or not, they're talking about the backlash. They're talking about whether or not I'm going to be canceled. But it makes no never mind for him, because at the end of the day, they're still talking about you. I get it. They still talking. Your name is still hot, whether it be Charleston this, Charleston that. It's still Charleston White. Us as platform owners, we understand too. This is a business as well. We understand. Okay, let's talk about it. But I'm gonna give you the real shit with it. Other people may give you the real shit as well with it. And this is we in the content game, so people want to get content. So this is the thing to talk about. This is the thing to talk about for the day or for the week or for the month. So right now, this is what we're talking about. So it's a dangerous, slippery slope that the man's playing, because one of these times it could be the end. And not that somebody's going to hurt you or harm you. I don't think nobody's going to touch your hair on his head. But once you agitate the wrong group of people, it could backfire on, because at the end of the day, it's about you getting your bookings, your BMIs, whatever you got, whatever checks you getting from publishing, people hitting you up for interviews and things like that. If people don't want to be associated with your brand, then it begins to hurt. But I don't think this does it. I think this continues to boost Charleston White's brand. See, I see everything from a business perspective. So now you do this. I want to get people want to say, all right, I want to get Charleston to talk about the disrespect of Charlie Kirk. Let me pay this man $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to come on and talk about why he disrespected, so I can argue with him. You feel me? So it's a game that's being played with y'all emotions and y'all feelings at the end of the day. That's all. But don't let the ignorant actions or thoughts of a few shape your perception and reality of the whole. That goes both ways with the situation. Condolences to the family of Charlie Kirk. I didn't agree with everything he said. I'm diabolically opposed to some of the stuff that he did say, but never would I or do I, agree with, the way he was taken out in that manner. And it really is my first time even hearing of him, to be honest with you. It's my first time hearing of this man. But I've been seeing his rhetoric and whatnot, and some of them like, okay, cool. Some of them like, he's wrong here. But I don't support, nor do I, gloat or rejoice or have glee, or I'm happy that he was murdered. Hell no. No, I feel very bad about that, and something needs to be done. I think the guy was caught. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said, you want to see the full version, uncensored version. Some of the stuff that Charleston White said, YouTube won't let you post it. If they did, I would. Check out our Patreon in the second line of the description box. And you catch the edited version. It's sad. We got to be Hip Hop Uncensored, and we got to censor our stuff. But hey, Hip Hop Uncensored on Patreon. Holla at me. It's your boy Oga. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Hey, if you want to advertise as well, if you want to advertise with us, I forgot to put that up there. Email me real quick. ogod@hiphopun.com. You got a brand, like say for instance, boom. That's what I'm sipping on tonight. Right. I'm trying this for the first time. Castle and Key small batch. I love weeded bourbon. Let's just say if they would have sponsored for the video, they're sponsoring the video tonight. Hey, hit me up, y'all. Right? You can go down in the description box and get your bottle of Castle and Key weeded bourbon whiskey, the best whiskey on the market. 50, 30, 20% off. If you put code OGOD in, you get 50% off of this bottle right now, and it's free shipping. Well, I'm just saying, that's the example. That's what I could do for the brand. Let's say if they were endorsing us, or they would sponsor, 50% off. We probably move 1,000 units tonight if you drink weeded bourbon. So if you want to get your product into this spot, your brand into this spot, and it will come on actually before the video. It's OGOD, OGOD at hiphopun.com. That's OGOD at hiphopun.com. We get results. I got advertisers that have been advertising with me for 1.5 years. So we get results. The last person that advertised with me, as you see in the ticket trap, said we exceeded his expectations. So hit the link. Go check out the ticket trap as well. And if you want to get with me and advertise, it's OGOD at hiphopun.com. We got packages for all business sizes, from smallest mom and pop to large Fortune 500 companies, to fit every budget. Let's get with me. OGOD at hiphopun.com.